Which of the Kabbalat are you going
Go
to
see
do?
my friends I can because I can really express the
One
idea
that
of
was
faith.
on your Kabbalat readings.
Okay.
Um,
Such a beautiful
to love God truly.
it's amazing. You have the mountains to hike. You have
Oh,
the
okay.
sea and the forest right there.
Okay.
For me, there's no
Cool.
better place on
Okay.
earth.
Thank you.
Yep, you got it.
I love my house.
Whichever one you choose, I'll just choose a different one for the next one.
It's all good. I think I'm going to do the about prayer.
Okay.
When I was a camper, I feel like I really learned a lot from my counselors and knew how to be who I wanted to be.
I remember when I was a camper, I really looked up to the staff. When I was a camper, I had a lot of innocence. That's what I want to be to someone else. I want my campers to in 5 and 10 years to say, oh yeah, I know Gold for me. He taught me this thing, this stuff, and this is what I want to do. I took camp and I was so good on staff to do the best kind of things I could. They get the opportunity to find themselves here at camp, try new things.
Can you get the doors and make sure they're shut?
Yes.
Thank you.
I can mention it, yeah. Go right here. Yeah. There he is. May your wonder be celebrated. May your name be consecrated. May your brilliance never fade from that magnificent world you made. May your ways prevail in our own day, in our own lives, and the life of all Israel. What if we sing this as a chorus? And let us say, Amen. And let us say, Amen. And let us say, Amen. And let us say, last time, and let us say, Amen. You'll hear that chorus come up a number of times during our Camp Shabbat.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
It's a pleasure to welcome you here this evening. We're going to be doing things a little bit differently because it is our Camp Shabbat, and tonight we're taking you to camp. There will even be s'mores and pizza bagels for Oneg this evening. How exciting. As our service begins, just a few reminders. Take a look around the room, locate the exits. There's one here, 2 in the sanctuary, 1 in the social hall, and 2 all the way in the back. And I know that many of you received the email today about the act of vandalism. Thank God it was property, it wasn't people, and our sign will be replaced. But I do want to point out that all the time when we say something, say something, that's exactly what happened today. There was someone passing by on the road who saw what was happening. He stopped his car, he got the license plate, he called the police, and because of that, we'll be able to track the person down. And so, please, if you see something, make sure to say something. And I continue to let you know that we are constantly in contact with the Secure Communities Networks and our local federation. We work with the state and the FBI and Homeland Security. And when there are any sort of threats, we are always apprised of them. Friday night, it's hard. It's just hard.
Reminds me of camp, though.
If you have a cell phone, we ask that you check it and make sure that it's in silent mode so as not to take us away from the experience of Shabbat, where really, to make it Camp Shabbat, we should have taken your cell phones away when you came in the room. Tonight, our intention is hopefully to give you a taste of camp. We're not going to read the donations that were made this week. We're going to read them next week. And we're not going to read names from the Misha Berach list so that we can get more of the camp feeling. And we will have some special camp speakers, kids who have attended URJ camps who are going to tell you about their experience. And also a very campy thing is to have a prayer card when you come in. So you all should have your prayer card. It'll also appear on the screen. And we'll be having lots of camp music and, like I said, a campy oneg and s'mores at the end. I went away to sleepaway camp starting at the age of 8, all the way for 9 years until I was 18. And I looked forward to every single summer because sleepaway camp was the place that I could learn how to be an adult in a very safe way. I learned that if I put my red stuff in with my whites, I would end up with pinks. I learned how to manage relationships with friends and with adults on my own. I learned how to live in a community and to live away from my family. And in the moments that it got challenging, there were people there to support me. So when I went to college, I felt well prepared to be away from home. And that's why I truly believe in the experience of sleepaway camp as a wonderful preparation to be an adult for our children. Now, I never went to a Jewish camp, though if you ask anyone at Eisner if I went there, they all think I went there, which is quite funny. But the great thing about a Jewish sleepaway camp is that when you're in camp, you have Harry Potter style services, and services are out. I worked in Malibu at a Jewish camp where our services overlooked the Pacific Ocean. I mean, you just don't get better than that. Everything's organic Jewishly at camp. When you eat a meal, you say Birkat Hamazon afterwards. It's not like learning about it in a classroom. You actually live Jewish life all the time, 24 hours a day. And there are these wonderful role models for our kids who are 18 years old, showing them that it's amazing to be Jewish. We know from studies that kids who go to Jewish camps tend to have stronger Jewish identities as adults, and many of those kids go on to become the leaders in synagogue communities, even presidents of synagogue communities. Our congregation has a partnership with the URJ, and we love the URJ camps, Camp Harlem and Camp Eisner, and then there's also specialty camps, SciTech, which is all about science and technology, Creative Arts Academy, which is all dance and song and music and art, and then there's a sports camp as well, and certainly I shouldn't forget the Nifty in Israel program that takes our kids to Israel for 6 weeks. I know you're saying they're not going now. I know they're not going now, but we know in Israel, war happens and then peace follows. And so we're hoping that our kids will get to Israel very soon. And tonight you'll be able to get to hear from some of the kids who got there last summer. Finally, the last thing I want to say before we actually turn it over to our campers is that our synagogue so strongly believes in sending kids to Jewish camp that every year we provide about $15,000 in scholarship to get kids to all kinds of Jewish camps and to Nifty in Israel. We have our Youth Scholarship Fund. We have our Pravda Schiffman Fund, which is for need to go to Israel. The URJ, when our kids become B'nai Mitzvah, we give them a gift certificate. Now it's for $3,250 to go to a Nifty trip in Israel. Our local federation also provides scholarship for Jewish camping, and the URJ camps also have scholarship available. My point is that if you have a child or a grandchild that wants to go to Jewish camp, you're a member of our congregation, you just let me know. If finances are the thing that are prohibiting you, you let me know and we will take that off the table. We want your kids to go to Jewish camp and we will find a way to partner with you to get them there. So, with all of that, I welcome you to Camp TSE and enjoy the magic of camp. It's my pleasure to call up the Marcus family in order to lead us this evening. Stella's bat mitzvah is tomorrow, and we call up Chad and Jen to light the candles with her. Yeah, Stella, you come on. I feel like there might be a bird in here.
It's very camp-like for the swallows to build their nests in the corner of the chapel.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. That was funny.
I'm looking.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Blessed is the eternal, our God, ruler of the universe, who sanctifies us through mitzvot and commands us to kindle the lights of Shabbat.
And we continue with the Kiddush.
Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who, finding favor with us, sanctified us with mitzvot. In love and favor, you made the holy Shabbat our heritage, as a reminder of the work of creation. At first, among our sacred days, it recalls the exodus of Egypt. You chose us and set us aside from the peoples. In love and favor, you have given us your holy Shabbat as an inheritance. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, who sanctifies Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, v'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lemase v'reshit, ki hu yom tehila lemikrae kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim, ki vanu v'acharta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol hamim, v'shabbat kodshecha, ve'ava uvratzon, hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat. Amen.
L'chaim.
And let us say, Amen. 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 Let's have the first of our camp speakers come up and help us with sharing with us some camp memories, Alice and Caleb and Carmel.
I've been lucky enough to go to Camp Harlem since I was 10 years old. One of my favorite parts of camp is Shabbat. Having a 4-hour rest hour before Shabbat helps me bond with my bunk by doing our hair, makeup, and picking out our outfits. On Friday night, you watch all the people wearing white coming up to the chapel on the hill, and there's a beautiful sunset. Seeing all the prayers and songs of my friends is so much fun. Song session is also super fun. Everyone is squeezing around the table while banging on the tables and screaming the songs. Rock Dawn is also so much fun with everyone dressed crazy. Shabbats are super pretty in the chapel in the woods, and rolling breakfast and cookout is all just the best. Being at camp has made me connect more to Judaism.
Going to camp for real for the first time was great for me. You say goodbye to your family and then drive away in a golf cart to your bunk. Now, for the first few days of camp, you'll probably feel homesick. If you're not, good for you, but if you are, try not to worry about it as much, because you're only going to have a problem with that within the first week or so at max. So try not to focus on it. And if you are homesick, remember what my counselor Gal from Israel told me. Caleb, this could mean a good thing because it means that you have a good and loving family. That is like the worst impression of him. After the first few days, I had the best time. There were a ton of fun things we did almost every day. Some of my favorites were Messy Night, when everyone gets covered in paint that we run around and throw all over each other. MTV Night, when we did a skit as minions dancing to YMCA. And the trip to Dorney Park, which was what made me not scared of really huge roller coasters. So in conclusion, yes, you should go to camp.
I'm here to speak about 6 Point SciTech Academy. I think it's a great camping experience. The food is amazing and they make stuff blow off and explode one of the first things in the morning. They have a bunch of different options to learn about, including coding, robotics, video game design, chemistry, and more. It's really fun. We also had other activities like challah making, cupcake decorating, and magic. I enjoy camp a lot, and I hope if your kid goes there, they will too. They let me feel really safe there.
Thank you all. One of the traditions that we decided to have you imagine was walking from a lower part of camp to the upper part of camp. We saved you a little bit of exercise. But as we go from where we are in our bunks to up to the chapel on the hill, as it were, we sing Lecha Dodi. We welcome the Sabbath bride and the Sabbath angels. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat, nekabla, lecha Dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat, nekabla, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, umevorach. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, umevorach. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat, nekabla, lecha Dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat, nekabla. We rise as we are able for our call to worship. La 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 la, ya 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 la 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 la, la 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 la. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Baruch hu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night.
Whenever we're about to pray, we have to make the difficult decision of whether to pray in Hebrew, our sacred language, or in English, our native tongue. On the one hand, Hebrew has been the prayer language of the Jews for 3,000 years. It's been a powerful secret shared by all Jews. On the other hand, the ancient rabbis taught that one should pray in the language he or she understands. For those of us who cannot read Hebrew, the Hebrew sections of the service are usually sometimes embarrassing or possibly boring or all of them at once, but they don't have to be. Use that time to pray. Set your mind free. Let the sounds of the Hebrew wash over you. Look closely at the Hebrew letters and imagine how they were created, how they sound. These are true and powerful ways of praying.
Take a deep breath. Think about the word Shema. Pick a good position for you to prepare yourself to sing Shema. And we'll do it very slowly, each word on one breath. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Please be seated. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha Vishinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, uv'lechtecha b'derech, uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha, ukshartam leot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha, uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kedoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liod lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
I want you to imagine yourselves now standing at the shores of the Sea of Reeds. Are you there? Okay. And the Egyptians are coming. How do you feel? You feel afraid, right? Because you think they're going to get you and take you back and put you in slavery. And Moses, your leader, calls out to God and says, God, what do we do now? And God says, Moses, do something. You do something. Don't just wait for me. But you staff, and you'll see. You'll be able to go to freedom. And Moses lifts his staff, and the seas part, just like in Universal Studios. There's no bus to take them across to safety. Instead, they have to walk together, and there are a lot of them. There are 600,000 of them trying to get across the sea. And can you imagine moving 600,000 old ladies and old
kamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamocha netar b'kodesh. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot. Ose fele. Nora tehilot. Ose fele. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot. Ose fele. Our next guest speakers, Molly and Carly.
This summer, I had the privilege of going to Poland for 1 week and Israel for 4 weeks with Camp Harlem. For the past 6 years, since 5th grade, I've been attending this camp. Ever since my first summer, I have heard amazing stories from older kids about their time in Israel, and I couldn't wait for my turn. I previously went to Israel with my family in 2019, and I knew from the moment we landed in Newark that I had to go back as soon as possible. Being able to experience this trip with my closest camp friends truly changed how I viewed it and allowed me to not only engage in my culture, but to make memories that will last me a lifetime. This summer while in Israel, I traveled to Tel Aviv, the Negev Desert where we got to sleep under the stars and hike over beautiful mountains, the Dead Sea where we were able to cover ourselves in mud, and Jerusalem where we went to the Western Wall. We went to lakes and got to go tubings, slept in the Bedouin tents, rode camels, and so many more experiences that I will remember for the rest of my life. Each place we traveled to has a rich history, and it was fascinating to learn about. Last summer, I was able to experience a trip that I will always hold close to my heart, and I truly hope that everyone can partake in the same activities. Camp Harlem has given me memories and friends that I will always cherish, and my trip to Israel was one of the most amazing summers I've had. My trip was even more meaningful during this difficult time with the current war going on in Israel. I hold so much more value to the trip, especially since I was able to meet with Israeli teenagers my age and had numerous Israeli counselors.
I have been going to Camp Harlem since I was 9, and it has been such a great experience. One thing that is a great part of camp is the activities that you do. For example, a really fun activity is adventure. There are so many options. There is the wall, which is a rock wall, which is a walk wall to climb. There is also the tower, which you climb, and other adventure activities. Another really fun activity to do at camp are the nighttime activities. There is a new activity every night. One of my favorite nighttime activities is pool party. That is when you go night swimming. Night swimming is so much fun because you get to swim with your friends at night and have such a great time. Finally, color war at camp is the best. It lasts for 3 days, and you do activities throughout the 3 days, including team sports, dances, and songs. The winner of Color War is announced the last night. All of these activities make camp so special.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asod et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up, waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim.
Open my eyes to truth, open my hands to give freely, open my lips to good words, to pure words, open my heart to love, please rise. Open my eyes to truth, open my hands to give freely, open my lips to good words, to pure words, open my heart to love. Adonai sifatai tiftach, ufi agi tehilatecha. Open my lips to good words, to pure words, open my heart to love. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vezocher Chasdei Avot ve'imahot, Umevi Gula livnei v'neihem, Lema'an Shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer, Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol atah Rav lehoshia, Mashiv haruach u'morid hagashem, Mechalkel chaim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Somech nofalim v'rofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umkayem emunato lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'al gevurot, Umidom elach, Melech memit umchayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lahachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, U'kedoshim b'chol yom yahalalucha selah, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'il HaKadosh. Please be seated. Daniel and Ryan.
When you think of the word Gucci, what comes to mind? Probably the clothing brand. For me, it's Goldman Union Camp Institute, Gucci. It's the camp I went to for the past 2 years, and yes, a little less than some of the people went to at Harlem, but I had an amazing time. Really, it was mainly an accident how I went there. I was home alone one year. My mom wanted to get me out of the house, so she called Rachel Waldorf. Some of you may know who she is. And she worked at Gucci at the time. She ended up getting me a spot there at second session, and lo and behold, this camp that I thought would be in the middle of nowhere, but really was 5 minutes away from Indianapolis, so we got all of our food from Trader Joe's. It was a different camp. Instead of, a camp with all these fancy things, it was kind of a rundown camp. We had something called the Old Pool, which is where we met. It was really actually an old pool that failed, so they stuffed it with dirt and called it the Old Pool. They built 2 new pools. They're not really new anymore, and they both leak. But the camp works. Everything about it is run down, kind of old, but everyone there is a lot nicer. And it's really interesting how different, it is in the Midwest, especially when it comes to water and water. But I digress. The camp is definitely amazing. The people there really do care. And I think it's a great camp.
Our minds now turn to those who are in need of healing. If you're thinking of anyone today who could use a refuah shlema, a complete healing of mind, of body, or of spirit, I invite you to share that name out loud at this time. Take all of those names said out loud and wrap them with the ones said in our hearts as we recite the Mishaberach Lacholim, our prayer for healing.
Mishaberach Avoteinu Mekor HaBeracha of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberach Imotenu Mekor HaBeracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Words of prayer are commitments. We stand for what we utter. The word of prayer is like a promise in the making.
אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום. כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. We pause for a moment of silent prayer. Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru amen. Yalalalalalala. Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru amen. Ve'imru
There's been a little voice in here who is so excited because tonight we're going to announce his name and his brother's Hebrew name. So it is my pleasure to invite up Caden Moranto Soren and Ryan, Samuel, Moranto, Soren, and their mommies to come and join us in front of the ark. Hi, I haven't seen you since the ELC. Oh, you got a good one there. Good. Our God, source of all life, we thank you for the countless blessings you have given us. We thank you especially for the sacred joy and privilege of parenthood, which adds profound meaning and purpose to our existence. Hayden and Brian have come into our sanctuary with their moms who are asking to guide them in the upbringing of their children and to thank you for their existence. Grant to these parents wisdom and patience and devotion that they may raise their sons to live in accordance with your Torah. In this synagogue and in the presence of this holy congregation, we give to these beautiful little boys the Hebrew names. Caden is going to be called Chaim Yitzchak, and Ryan is going to be Rahaman Shai. Now, they are being named for some pretty special people in the lives of their families. Caden, James, is being named after his great-grandparents, Claire and Irving Caden. Claire had the biggest heart. She loved everyone and was an eternal optimist. And Irving was the one who believed in taking smart chances in life and going for those things that make you happy and that you're passionate about. He also believed in paying it forward. To both of them, family was the most important thing. And he's also being named after Christine, his grandmother. Christine was energetic. She possessed an extraordinary capacity for love. I know you want to open it. Should we open it?
Energetic for sure.
We'll open it a little bit so you can see. There you go. She loved children, was always so warm to both Michelle and Michael's friends growing up, and they all considered her like a second mom. And James is being named for his grandfather, James, who has the gift of gab and the ability to connect with anyone he meets. He's friendly and welcoming. He's also a jack of all trades and is knowledgeable about fixing everything. He's fun to be around, provides comic relief, and yet he's honest and sincere. And Ryan, you're being named for your mommy Lindsay's great-grandmother. So Rose is your great-great-grandmother. Despite having to leave school in first grade to care for her younger siblings, she was self-taught, a lifelong learner, and instilled in Lindsay's grandmother, Barbara, the importance of education. And Barbara then made sure to pass this value down to her children and grandchildren. And Rose was also extremely empathetic and charitable. In her later years, she knitted thousands of sweaters for poor children in Miami and Dade counties. And finally, there are a lot of names here. Samuel is for Michelle's great-grandfather, Michelle's grandfather, who is your great-grandfather. He's intelligent, quick-witted, knows every historical fact, and loves to reminisce about family. He's a jokester and jovial, always tries to find the common good in life, and he's a proud great-grandfather who is 96 years old. Okay, I'm done. Come back. Do you want to be in the tent in a minute? Okay. It's Camp Shabbat. Extend your shelter over these children and give to them love, health, and understanding. May they so grow to live and to become a blessing to their parents, their family, to the Jewish people, and to all of humanity. And let us say, Amen. Now, I have for you a few special gifts. First of all,
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May God be with you, guiding and protecting you all the days of your life. And may you all grow very, very old together in a world filled only with peace. And let us all say,
Amen. Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, Yeilanu, 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 Ulecho Yisrael, Yeilanu, Yeilanu, Ulecho Yisrael, Yeilanu, Yeilanu, Ulecho Yisrael, Yeilanu, Yeilanu, Ulecho Yisrael. We invite you now to rise for Aleinu on page, well, on that page, on that fourth page, that third page. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liyotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoye ha'aratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chalkenu kahem, vigor aleinu kechol hamonam, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר ארץ ומושב עיקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו בגובהי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא ושמו אחד. Please be seated.
Our minds now turn to those who are no longer with us. If you're here remembering someone who passed away, we invite you to rise when their name is read and to remain standing until we all rise at the end for the mourner's Kaddish. We remember those whose families are observing the period of mourning for Shiloshim: Eleanor Faye Sampson, Shirley Natalie Salkin, Leonard Dim, Margaret Johnston, Shira Diamond. If you're here remembering someone who has passed away in the last year or someone killed in Israel, we invite you to rise. We remember those whose yahrzeits fall on this Shabbat: Julia Bacalar, Audrey Bauer, Myrna Becker, Faye Burshad, Belle Bernstein, Stephen Breger, Harvey Kammer, Sidel Cummins, Ben Cummins, Susan Shapiro Dittman, Mitchell H. Dittman, Hilda Eben, Francine Fessler, Jeannie Furman, Leo Fisher, Louis Fisher, William Foreman, Holmes Garter, Celia Goldiper, Irving Goldberg, Thelma Gordon, Abraham Grant, Dorothy Greenblatt, Hilda Greenstein, Bernard Charlie Himmel, Henry Iskowitz, David Knie, Ellie Kushel, Ann Quitko, Bradley Lieberman, Miriam Mandel, Morris Marks, Irene Miller, Herbert Neisdat,
Sonia Passon, Donald M. Passamant, Theodore Perlman, Edward Powell, Samuel Pravda, Doris Pritchett, Ann Rosenmertz, Claire W. Solitsky, Susan Berger Schack, Bess Schneider, Sam Scholl, Pauline Seifter, Gary Shangold, Eunice Shapiro, Susan Abby Shaw, Mary Schreiberg Klein, Morris Shukovsky, Alan Silverman, Mildred Silverman, Mildred Simon, Rose Singer, Harvey Snyder, Gertrude Steiner, Kurt Strauss, William B. Stewart, Phil Stein, Naomi Sugarman, Norman Swirsky, Milton Walvick, Aline Warner, Irving Weinberg, Walter Weinstein, Joseph Wiener. And each week we name 6 individuals who perished in the Shoah, the Holocaust.
And we also recall with great sadness one who was laid to rest today, Louis Elbert, the father of Donna and Scott, the father-in-law of Ivy, and grandfather of Michael and Lauren.
Kopel Eisenman, Dusia Polina, Tusio Ruhrberg, Beryl Flatt, Bela Kelmer, Sarah Feinstein.
We take these names said out loud and wrap them with the ones said in our hearts as together we rise for the mourner's Kaddish. Yit Gadal, V'yit Kadash, Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma, Divrach, Yerutei, V'yamlich Malchutei, V'chayechon Uv'yomechon, Uv'chayei Dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala Ubizman Kariv Imru, Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah Mevarach Le'olam U'Lalamei Almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal shmei dekudisha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen.
And let us say, Amen. And let us say, Amen. And let us say, Amen. And let us say, Amen. Please be seated.
We always take a moment to share good news. Does anyone have something good that happened this week? Yes, Ryan.
I adopted a new cat.
Adopted a new cat named Eden, who's so cute, and she's a rescue. She's 9 years old. You should all go rescue a cat or a dog, for sure. Any other good news this week? Yes. Wait, your bat mitzvah's tomorrow? No way. It's gonna be a good one. Mazel tov. Yes, Mark Wilner, sitting next to Shelley Wilner, they come as a nice couple, went to Israel this past few days to go show solidarity and bring love from our community and from the American Jewish community, and we're going to have him talk about his experience in synagogue soon, so come back and listen. But we thank you, Mark, for doing that holy work and for making that trip. And also staying up late enough after you got off the plane this morning to be here this evening. We're glad to see you home safely. Anything else? Yes. Aw, mazel tov. You can thank Stella for having a bat mitzvah for that. I also just want to wish Jane and Erwin Lieberman a mazel tov. I know they went down to Florida to do the final walkthrough on their new house. They have been incredible foundations of our congregation for years. When you came on the High Holy Days, so much of that wouldn't have happened without the two of them and their volunteerism. And Jane, who served as our ELC director and also as our youth director for many years. They are really menschlich people in all ways. I'm really angry that they're leaving, but I really can't begrudge them a happy time down in a warmer climate, especially as it's getting cold here. So Jane and Erwin, we love you. We wish you all the best. We're going to miss you. I know this is your last time officially here tonight at services, but we know you're going to come back because you love us too, and you can't stay away. So, Nisiya Tova, a wonderful new chapter, a wonderful new journey, and may you only know good health and blessing. And now I'm going to cry. Any other good news? No? Yes?
My father and father-in-law are both celebrating their retirements.
Father and father-in-law are both retiring.
We'll quit this week.
They both quit this week. Mazel tov. May that be a wonderful new chapter too. All right, well, you're all starting to look hungry, and the pizza. Oh, yes, I'm sorry, you have something to say. Oh, I love my family, and I'm happy I'm getting time with my family. How sweet is that? So no, you were a very good role model there. Good job. Well, I think it is time for us to close in a very campy way. And I'm going to ask you to rise, and if you came with someone you feel comfortable putting an arm around, put an arm, and we're going to do a little swaying, and we're going to be really campy about this.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might.
Where are my campers? Campers, come on up.
You'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Just call me, call me, call me, call me.
I invite you to bless those people around you. Either hold out your hands, put your hand on your heart, or hug someone you love. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May you be blessed. May you be safe. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May you be luminous. May you be loved. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May you be joyous. May you be healthy. May you be whole. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Join us in the back for Motzi.